I went to my first Sneakercon. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, chat. I went to my first Sneakercon this weekend, and I just wanted to share with you guys my experience. It was a dope event. Lots of sneakers, lots of people, everybody sharing in the same love of sneakers. So I'm just going to share my experience. And the first thing I want to start off with is what I wore to Sneakercon. So for my first Sneakercon, I decided to wear my Shacknosis Low. Dropped this year. Classic Reebok design. What I love about this shoe at Sneakercon was the fact that I was literally the only person in the building with this shoe on. There was a lot of Jordans, a lot of Nike Dunks, but I decided to wear these. Got a lot of compliments on them. Pretty dope. I'm glad I wore these. The event was actually held at the Convention Center, downtown Philadelphia. The event started at 12 p.m. I got to Philadelphia around quarter after. I probably got in line around 12:30. By the time I got in line and got all the way in the back, it was long as hell. The weather was nice, so it wasn't too hot standing in line. I probably stood in line for about 25 minutes to a half an hour. All right. So far, so good. We in line, but it's moving pretty good. It's nice out, nice breezy under this little corridor here. Pretty chill.
Make some noise! My name is Jay Royale, and this is the Top Shelf Premium Cypher. Whoa, whoa! All right, y'all ready? Check it out. Yeah, yo, when I say top shelf, y'all say premium. Top shelf, top shelf. When I say top shelf, y'all say premium. Top shelf, top shelf. When I say sneaker, y'all say car. Sneaker, sneaker.
So, what did I do when I got in there? Well, the first thing I wanted to do was to get a pair of Jordan 4 Navy SBs authenticated. I got these sneakers last year from my barber. He told me they were real, so I wanted to get them authenticated. These are the SBs that I got authenticated. So yeah, I got these authenticated and they came back fake. Got these from my barber last year for $180. I don't think they're real though.
Oh shit.
That's why I'm here.
Let me see. No RFID. Oh yeah, no. Air unit is way too glossy. There's no paint strokes going through this midsole. Oh yeah, no. The size tag is wrong. No double stitching. Double stitching is at the top. That's wrong. Yeah, these are no good.
So fake?
Yeah. But the main thing about it is no RFID in this label itself. So like the little bump that usually that I feel when I rub my finger here, there's no bump here at all. The YDM sticker doesn't have the visible lines going through it, and the color on the inside is way too dark. The air unit right here is way too glossy. There should be paint strokes going through this midsole. There's no paint strokes going through this midsole. The double stitching should always be underneath J, O, and R, not on top.
Okay.
And that's where the double stitch is at. And then the size tag is wrong card. And footbed stitching way too close together. I'm sorry about that.
It's all good. Thank you.
Of course, anytime.
Yeah, my barber scammed me on these. You know, I kind of figured they were fake. I questioned it from the beginning. When I bought them, I asked them if they were fake. I trusted them. And then I would go to local resale stores and just compare like the texture to the one I have, the netting here, some of the things that I noticed as a novice, shoe authenticator. I noticed that, there was a difference in how mine felt versus the ones that other resale stores were. So I got these authenticated. They are indeed fake. Let's get to the good stuff. What did I pick up? First things first, I got this Sneakercon hockey jersey. I think this drum right here is hard. It's got the city in the front, Sneakercon in the back, has the Philadelphia Flyers colors. Thought it was a nice touch. I got some shattered backboards that'll go crazy for this, and I'm definitely planning on doing another Sneakercon. I'll probably wear this and those shattered backboards. The next thing I got, just a Sneakercon socks. So before we get to the sneakers I picked up, just talk about my overall experience. So there was a lot of people there, of course, like-minded individuals, people just checking out, the latest, greatest in sneakers. There was a lot of unique things that I hadn't seen, in person before. I saw someone wearing those Back to the Future Nike mags, I think they're called. I don't know if I got a clip. I'll B-roll it if I do. I think I saw someone trying on those Lego Crocs or whatever. That was crazy. I saw a pair of Trump sneakers. I don't even know what to say about that, but it was definitely cool to see. A lot of vendors. There were vendors who had signs that explicitly said "Don't touch." It's a buy, sell, trade event. There's some vendors who had a specific section, and there were some vendors just walking around with wagons, and there were a lot of people asking me even if I was selling my Jordan 4 SB Navies. Yeah, all in all, it was a cool event. I definitely want to go to another one. For my first time, I will say that it was a great experience. I honestly really only went there to get my sneakers authenticated. Wasn't planning on buying anything, but I did buy something. And let's get into the first pair of sneakers I bought at Sneakercon Philadelphia 2026. Boom, these bad boys right here. These are a Victor Wemby player exclusive. It's a Nike GT Hustle 2, I believe. It's a dope sneaker. I am a huge Victor Wemby fan. I've always been a fan of centers in the NBA. When Wemby first got into the league, it excited me. And
pause.
He's been great ever since. I thought this was a great pickup. It was the only one in the building. I don't know how people passed up on it, but maybe it's just not their swag. But as a fan of Wemby, had to get these. Something that I tried to win all the raffles, couldn't do it. So when an opportunity presented itself, pulled the trigger. The VAA Jordan 1 Alaskas. Dope sneaker. I'm a huge fan of Jordan 1s, and I felt like I just had it. I had to have this in my collection. It's my first Virgil anything. I know you guys all seen the unboxings on YouTube already. Comes with a book of artwork and ideas from Virgil. That's pretty dope. I haven't had a chance to, look at that book yet, but I'm definitely going to check that out when I get a chance. I am happy to have this in my collection. This is a dope sneaker. But yeah, man, I think for me, it felt good to be around people who share the same love and passion you do for something at that level. I've never been to an event like that where everybody was kind of into it. You're sparking conversations. Yo, you got that. Yo, I got this on. Overall, it was dope. And I definitely wanted to do it again. And that's all I got. I just wanted to share my experience. Definitely, if you ever get a chance to go to a sneaker con, even if you don't want to purchase anything, you don't have to. You can just enjoy the festivities, enjoy the atmosphere and being around a lot of people who feel how you feel about what you love. So with that, I'm checking out. Thanks for watching.